things to talk. For those of you who have not met yet, my name is Scott Schnitzer. I'm a man of discipline, honor, and presence. I am a joy-filled leader who values relationships and who serves the Most High King. I'm a 130 direct now. Let's go.
Yes, you are.
Let's go, man. By way of Ashley Tarr and Danny Young, I'm a dad of an infant and a toddler. I'm heavily sleep deprived today and I'm heavily caffeinated, which I think is an absolutely deadly combination for the day that's lined up today. So it's going to be good. I want to introduce one of my really good friends, you guys, today for y'all. His name is Pierce Shao, and Pierce is not in the life insurance business, but he is in the business of extreme discipline, a language that we all strive for in this arena. So Pierce is commonly recognized by some greats. You guys might recognize some names. He's recognized by Cameron Haynes, David Goggins, Nick Bear, and Jesse Itzler. And he spent a lot of his young career as the right-hand man for pro football player and Super Bowl champion Steve Weatherford. I'm curious. I'll test you guys. Put a one in the chat if you've ever heard me speak about how your alignments in life determine your assignments in life. I can't see the chat. Pierce, do we have a couple ones in
Oh
there?
yeah, lots of ones, lots of ones.
Okay. Well, Pierce, I'm forever grateful for you, man, because our alignment like 3 years ago opened up the door for the biggest growth journey I've ever been on
Let's
through the
go.
work in the ministry that we both serve in called Champions of Christ.
Yeah,
In that ministry, we get to lead men into their relationship with Jesus and restore order in the home and in their businesses. And it's very impactful. Pierce, you've had a big impact on my life, but I could probably spend the rest of this call talking about that, but I want you to be able to share with the team. So, when you texted me a couple days ago, you were like, "Hey, man, I've got a message about the power of consistency, and I'd love to share with your team, with the company that you work with." And it was an easy yes for me, because that's what this accountability group is all about. So, Pierce, these are people who signed up for a higher level of accountability, just to give
let's
you
go.
a little bit extra there. But before we dive in, I'll give you guys a quick resume on Pierce. Not that he needs much after that, but Pierce Shao is a faith-driven ultra marathoner endurance coach. He's a world record breaker. He's completed multiple 100 and 200 mile foot races. I had to throw foot race in there for your resume, Pierce, because a lot of people are like, I could do that on a bike. Okay. Foot
Work
races.
car.
Iron Man and Ultra Man. He pushes his limits with grit and purpose. He just broke the Guinness World Record for the most consecutive treadmill half marathons. He did it for 153 days straight. He had to have two witnesses. It had to be recorded and it had to be done on the same treadmill. I'm sure there was other qualifications there, but you just crushed that and you did it to raise awareness for healthier school meals and a broken food system. So all that to say, Pierce draws his strength from God, and he lives to inspire others in the race set before them, both mentally and spiritually. Pierce, man, let's go. I'll
Let's
give the
go.
mic to you. I may have a few questions, but I'm going to let you kind of take over from here and share with the team.
Yeah, for sure. Feel free to interrupt me, Scott, if you want to add anything. Guys, I'm so grateful to be here with you this morning. My name's Pierce Shao. I'm a driven son of God who runs towards growth, adventure, and connection while giving God all the glory in the story. That is my identity statement. That is who I am. And I share that because I think it's so important for us to know who we are to be able to do all that God's called us to do. Scott, I love you, man. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so glad that I didn't give up on reaching out to you
Amen.
because I was chasing down Scott for probably a year, 2 years, every couple months, checking in with him through his move, through different things going on. And it's so cool to see the journey that you've been on, the team that you're leading, and it's really inspiring to me. Also, Jim, shout out to you on the music. I love music at the beginning of meetings, like it completely sets the tone and gets everyone ready to go. But guys, I want to dive right in. But before I do, one thing that Scott mentioned for me is I draw my strength from God. And I really believe that God will give me the words to say to you to help you wherever you're at in your insurance journey, wherever you're at in your life. But to do that, I want to pray real quick. So if you want to join me in bowing your heads to pray, you don't have to, but I really like to give God the opportunity to speak through me. So I'm going to pray real quick and we'll go. So, Lord, thank you so much for this day. God, thank you that we were able to wake up today with breath in our lungs, which means you still have a purpose. You still have a plan for our lives. Lord, I pray that as I open my mouth, you would fill it with the words to say, to just pierce through whatever's going on in every single individual's life on this call right now and help them take it to the next level. Lord, I pray that you would highlight one specific thing that every person can take from this message that they need to do to grow, to achieve a next level of consistency and discipline in their lives. I pray that you'd help me use my story to impact every single person on this call. So, God, we give you all the honor, all the glory, all the praise. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, real quick, I'm going to engage with you guys. I need you to engage in the chat. I love how you're already engaging. Drop in the chat where you're from. Drop in the chat where you're from so I can see where you're signing in from. North Carolina, Ohio. I'm from Columbus. Oh, Chicago, Fort Worth. I grew up in Columbus. I live in Dallas now. Oh, this is great. People everywhere. I love it. And drop in the chat now how long you've been involved in insurance, whether it's been 3 years, 5 years, 6 months, 1 month. Okay, so we've got a good range of people, like a month to several years, 8 years. Okay, 27 years. Wow, this is
Come
incredible.
on.
Wide variety. So you got some wisdom on this call. I love it. Guys, I'll tell you, I don't know much about insurance. I've got some friends in insurance, but I know that what happens in running that I've been able to do, I don't know everything, but I know that the consistency and the discipline that I've been able to have in running translates over into business. Because who knows here that fitness isn't just about fitness, it's about creating discipline in your life that you can use in every single area of your life. I had a great mentor tell me once that discipline is discipline is discipline. If you can be disciplined in one area of your life, then you can be disciplined in every area of your life. And so, what I'm going to share on today is 4 actions that you can take today to create record-breaking consistency in your life and be unrecognizable 5 months from now. That's my promise to you, that if you do these things, you can be unrecognizable. You can have people come up to you on December 25th when you're with your family over Christmas and say, "What happened to you? What is different about you?" Who wants to be unrecognizable? Drop in the chat if you want to be unrecognizable. Drop a 1, drop a 1. Yeah, you. Who doesn't want to be unrecognizable? All right. So I'm going to give you like 3 minutes of my backstory. Then I'll give you these 4 steps because I think it's important to know where I'm coming from when I'm sharing this. So, quick backstory. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Beautiful house, big white house on the golf course. Then my parents got divorced when I was 6 years old. Okay, 6 years old, parents get divorced. I move into an apartment and it was really awkward. My dad and mom lived across the street from each other still. And we lived in an apartment after we had lived in this big white house, going to the country club every day of the summer. And it was like my whole world changed. I would go from living in this nice house to apartment, my parents yelling at each other. I remember vividly one day I'm standing on the staircase and my dad walks in the door and my mom and dad are just yelling at each other. And it really, like, as you can tell, I still like remember that. I still remember that. And it was so sad. I remember growing up in middle school and high school and I go over to friends' houses and their mom's over after school and their dad comes home for dinner and they're together. And I'm like, why is my family not like this? Why is my family not like this? And so it really, um, it really was hard growing up. And at first I was a victim to it. I was like, why does this have to happen to me? Why am I this way? Why are my parents not together? And I was a victim to it. But there's a great verse in the Bible. It says in Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works together for the good of those who love him, who've been called according to his purpose. And so I didn't grow up knowing God. That verse is so powerful because what I realized today is that hardship, that tragedy in my life created a lot of amazing things about me. And I'm 24 years old. I'm not that old. You guys have lived a lot more life than me. But here's the thing is when my parents got divorced, I, only see my dad once a week. My mom was a nanny. And so I ended up going home from school and fending for myself a lot. I'm blessed to always have a roof over my head and food on the table, but it forced me to grow up faster, right? And so I just want to share this tidbit is like, in any circumstance, you can be the victim to it, or you can be a victor because of it, right? So I choose to look at my parents' divorce and not be a victim, not be a victim to woe is me, oh, this happened, right? But I choose to use it and see how I've become more dependable, more responsible. I mean, like, I'm not trying to I hate talking about myself. Scott knows this, but like there are not many other people my age trying to run 100-mile races, 200-mile races. And it's because of that childhood, that past that I had to go through. It created this next level drive in myself. So when I'm young, I have all these things happen to me. I decide, seeing my parents, I decide I'm not going to get divorced when I grow up, and I'm going to provide for my family and have the family that I wanted when I grow up. Okay, so I make a decision. Then I start working hard in high school, always getting really good grades, studying a lot. And I was never really like that crazy smart. I just tried really hard. Okay. And so I play lacrosse. By the time I'm senior year of high school, this is how I get into running. Okay. And this is so huge for like building belief in yourself. Okay. So senior year of high school, I've been doing lacrosse. We had been running some 5Ks and training to be able to practice. And I realized, oh, I'm actually decent at this. So I decide, oh, I'm going to go out and run a half marathon. I'm going to give it a try. My mom's run marathons. She never told me to do it, but I saw the great example that she set. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to try a half marathon. And so senior year of high school, I'm so blessed. I had a great mom. She sets a great example. There's so much power in a great example. Actions speak so much louder than words. Okay, so I see my mom running. I decide to do a half marathon. And when I tell people I'm going to do this half marathon, when I tell people I'm going to do this half marathon, I receive some doubt. People say, oh, are you sure you can do this? Oh, what's the longest you've run? Oh, do you know how to fuel? Do you know how to fuel your body for 13.1 miles? And this may be some of the like similar thing to what you may have experienced. You may have experienced, oh, Scott, you're going to go try and make 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month in insurance, build a team. Are you sure you can do that? Are you sure? Life insurance? Really? I don't know about that. And even some of the people that like wish you the best, like sometimes their doubt, if you're not careful, when they doubt you, you can start to doubt yourself. So anyway, I start to doubt myself. I signed up for the race. I paid like a couple $100 to sign up. And so I'm like, I can't lose that money. I got to do it. So anyway, I do it. And this is in 2018. So I do the half marathon. And at the end of the half marathon, I finish. I finish this race and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I doubted I could do this, but I did it. What else is possible? What else can I do? And so it triggered this belief in me to think, oh, I didn't think I could do this half marathon before, but I did it. I proved it to myself. I proved it to those other people. What else can I do? Right? So what else can I do? I want you to get that in your head. What else can I do? I'm sure you've had a moment in your life where you achieved something maybe you didn't think you could do. What else? What else can I do? And so that triggered me to see how far I could go in running. So shortly after, a month later, I did a full marathon. Then about 4 to 6 months later, I did a 50 miler. Then I did a 100 miler. Then I did 300-mile races in a year the next year. And then 2022, I did 3 200-mile races, all from this trigger of like, what else is possible? And so if you see other people on this call, that's probably why you're on this call. You've seen other people do something. Like you've seen Scott, you've seen people achieve a lot in insurance. And you can also have this what else is possible mindset with other people. It's like, oh, if Scott can do this, if I just do the things that he did, I can do it. Okay. And so that's my backstory. And that's what triggered me into getting this this mindset of going far distances. And so I went way longer than 3 to 5 minutes on the backstory. But here we're going to dive in and we're going to be really quick. It's going to be super actionable. So drop a 1 in the chat if you're getting something out of this. I hope you are. I don't want to just talk. I don't want to just be like energetic. I actually want you to get something out of it today. Okay, cool. So we're following along. Guys, you are amazing. You are like getting after it. I love an active participants. And anyone with your camera off, turn your camera on. Guys, like, do you want it or not? Do you want it or not? Like, if you're going to have your camera off, like, why are you on this call? Come on, guys. All right, cool. Camera's on. Let's go. We're diving in. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to skip the story of why I decided to do this half marathon challenge, but I decided to go after a Guinness World Record, okay? And I decided I'm going to run 13.1 miles every day for over 125 days to break this Guinness World Record, okay? And so here's my point. Number one, you have to decide your output. You have to decide the thing that you want, and then you have to calculate the daily inputs, okay? Decide the output, calculate the daily inputs. That's number one. Write it down on your paper. Decide your output, then calculate your daily inputs. Whether it's, hey, I want to make 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, whatever. I want to have a team of 50 people. I want to have a team of, 100 people, whatever. Decide your output, then calculate your daily inputs. And I'm not going to calculate those for you. I'm sure Scott or Jim can help you with that. But here's the thing. None of what I'm going to talk about matters if you don't decide. You have to decide first. You have to decide. And you have to be specific, because if you're not specific on the outcome you want, you can't calculate what is required to get it. And here is the thing. People treat decisions so haphazardly. It's like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Well, the word decide, it comes from the Latin verb. I was looking it up before this. It's like decidere. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but it means to cut off, literally cut off all other options. So if it's, I want to make 20K a month, I want to make 30K a month, 50K, whatever it is, like cut off all other options. Like decide right now, I am going to do this in life insurance and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Okay. And once you decide the output, you can calculate what are the daily inputs required. So for me, I want to break this record. Daily input required is half marathon every single day. So I need to figure out how I can run a half marathon every single day. So here's the action step for number one. I want you to write down on your paper, what is the outcome you want to have by December 31st? And I think probably the simplest way is just like, what's a monthly revenue target? Or how many people do you want on your team? I think that's how insurance works. I don't know. I'm sure Scott can clean it up after. But decide and write it down right now. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A decision's great. A goal's great. But if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So if I just show up on March 3rd when I'm going to run this half marathon a day and I don't prepare, okay, if I don't prepare, then I might get 5 days in, 7 days in and be like, oh my gosh, my body's broken. I'm sore. I can't get on the treadmill. I can't even move. I need to walk, right? And so we have to prepare and we have to be serious about our preparation. Okay. And so for me, what I did before this race, before this challenge, if you will, is I hired a nutritionist because I knew that to do this many days in a row, I had to get enough calories and the right calories in every single day so that I could keep coming back. Okay. So I hired a nutritionist and I was talking to my nutritionist one day and I was just explaining some things that I was going through. I was sharing the meals I was having. And I was like, yeah, it's weird. Like around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I like get really tired. And, I just grab another energy drink or coffee. And at this point, it had been so normal for me to grab a coffee or an energy drink um, at like 2 p.m. in the afternoon to get my energy up. Hey, who here drinks coffee in the middle of the day, like 1 or 2 or energy drinks? Feel free to admit. Yeah, admit it. All right, cool, cool. Here, well, my nutritionist slapped me. She's like, Pierce, you don't need another energy drink in the middle of the day. You don't need an energy drink in the middle of the day because you are just putting a band-aid over a bigger problem. And that's what it is. A coffee in the middle of the day, energy drink, yeah, they're fine in the morning, but it is a band-aid because here's the thing. Yeah, maybe you want an energy drink. I like them too. Okay? But here's what I don't like. I don't like having bad energy, right? It's like you have this because once you drink an energy drink, you'll crash after it. Okay? That's just the way they work. It's like counterfeit energy. It steals from later to pull in today. Okay? And so here's the thing. Here's how you solve your energy problems. It's sleep and it's nutrition. You need to be sleeping and you need to be eating. And so I think like you guys are in business. You guys are killers. You make it happen. You serve your clients and it's awesome. But you also have to treat yourself like an athlete. You should consider yourself a business athlete. You should consider yourself like, how do I perform as best as possible on a daily basis throughout the entire day? Because here's the thing I know. I don't know insurance that well, but I know production and I know energy, right? And if you don't have the energy to show up on the phones, then you might as well not even show up on the phones because no one's going to sign up for you if you have bad energy, if you're not positive, if you're not energetic, right? And so I'm only being so harsh right now because my nutritionist did this for me and it saved me the challenge. Okay. So here's what I started doing. I started eating the same thing every day to create consistency in like my energy. And then here's the thing, when you're eating like a wide variety of different things every single day, um, it's hard to know and make alterations because you're so inconsistent with the way you eat. So I started eating the same thing every day. And then I started sleeping a lot more. So I was getting like 6 or 7 hours a night, just trying to like tough guy it. Okay, my 20 minutes is up. I'll try and wrap it up here quick, Scott. But I hope you guys are getting something out of it. But here we go. So yeah, I decided, okay, I need to start eating consistently and I need to start sleeping consistently. Okay, because I was like 6 to 7 hours, I was on this grind mentality of like, oh yeah, I can get by on 6 to 7 hours, like whatever. But here's the thing. Yeah, you may have more hours in the day if you're getting less sleep, but how many more productive hours are you actually getting? Because I would plead with you that you're probably not being as productive as if you actually slept those extra hours. It's like me during a 200-mile race. Here's something real cool. So during a 200-mile race, I go over 3 to 4 days just running straight. And there's a point in time that comes where I get so tired that I'm falling asleep while I'm running. And I like have to like pull to the side, take a nap on the side of the trail or in the back of my car with my crew vehicle. Okay. And here's the thing I've noticed is that you get to a point during an ultra marathon where taking the time to sleep is actually going to speed you up because you're moving so slow because you're so tired that if you don't sleep, you're moving so slow versus if you sleep now, you're going to be so much faster that you'll make up for the time that you slept. So, okay, you guys understand sleep is important. So here's how you actually get more sleep. Okay, naps are great too. Here's how you actually get more sleep. Instead of setting an alarm to wake up in the morning, guys, do this. Set an alarm to go to bed. Set an alarm to go to bed. And I would set it 30 minutes to an hour before you want to go to bed. So I have a bedtime alarm set 8:30 every single night. 8:30 every single night. And I try and be in bed by 9, sleep by 9:30. Okay. Because here's the thing, when you always get to bed around the same time, it doesn't matter. Like you'll wake up naturally early. Like I wake up at 5 just without an alarm because I go to bed and I actually sleep really well. Okay? And when you give yourself ample amount of time to sleep, you'll wake up energized and ready to go. Okay? So here's the action item. You need to decide, okay, what time do I want to be up? And then backtrack 8 hours from there, 9 hours if you want to be excellent, and see like, okay, if I want to be up at 6, what does that mean? What's 8 hours? Okay, 10. And if I want to be asleep by 10, I really need to be in bed by like 9:30. Okay, so write down now what time you need to set your bedtime alarm at. So that's it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna give this last two to you in like 1 minute, 2 minutes. I promise. I'll be really quick. So during this challenge, I'm running a half marathon every day. I deal with so many different things. Here's the thing, because I was on the treadmill, I couldn't get off. And if you've ever gone for a run, like when your body gets going, like it's sometimes you got to go to the bathroom, right? And so I had to restart the half marathon 3 different times because bathroom breaks. One time I got 11 miles into it and I just couldn't hold it in anymore. And so I had to jump off. And another time, because I had to have 2 camera views, I ran, oh, this was so annoying. I ran the entire distance. I ran the entire distance only to find out that my camera stopped recording and I had to do it again. And so here's the thing. What do you do in moments like that where you run the whole thing and then you realize, man, I got to go at it again because I was dumb and I didn't check my camera storage and storage ran out, right? And maybe it's like what is it the comparison I give to you in insurance is like what happens on a day or several days in a row when you spent a bunch of money buying leads and none of them come through? What do you do? What do you do? And here's the thing. In those days, you have to redecide who you want to be. You have to redecide who you want to be. Because at the beginning of this journey, right, we decide who we want to be. We decide on our goal. Like Scott and I have our identity statements. We decide who we're going to be. But it's really strengthened in those days where hardship hits. So here's what happened. Day 98, I get finished with my half marathon. I realize I got to do it again because the thing ran out. And I have this rule with myself. I'll let myself be mad and frustrated about something for like 5 to 10 minutes max. I'll be mad about it for 5 to 10 minutes max. Sometimes I'll like scream into a pillow or like punch something that won't break my hand. And I'll be mad about it. But one thing I've realized is there's no value in staying mad at something. Like, just like there's no value in unforgiveness. Like, if you're holding unforgiveness towards someone, you're just doing it to yourself, right? And so for me, there's no sense in being mad about it. I have to do it anyway. And so once I let myself be mad about it for 5 to 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, Pierce, I ask myself the question. I say, who do you want to be? Write that down. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that when adversity hits, You fold like a piece of paper. You just fold and you stop? Or do you want to be the person that pushes through regardless of what happens for your family, for your wife, for your husband, for your kids? Who do you want to be? Seriously, this is serious. Because yeah, it's a half marathon every day. Like, oh yeah, what's the deal of half marathon every day? Right? But no, it translates over into life. If I give up on this goal, who's to say I'm not going to give up on my wife? I'm not going to give up on my kids, right? Everything is about everything. Like me doing these physical challenges, it's not just physical, it's about life. And you doing your job in insurance, it's not just making money. It's like, who do you want to be for your family? Right? And I think I just have such a like, ah, because I know what it's like giving in. I know what it's like seeing my dad just give in and not push through, not show up. It's like, do you want to be that person? And here's the thing is if you have been that person, you can change. It's like you can make that decision today to to be different. That's it. Literally decide. You can decide again that you're going to change. Okay. And so that's the third thing. You need to redecide who you want to be. And then here's the last thing. This is going to take, I probably took 5 minutes on that point. I just got so into it. All right, cool. Here's the last thing. You need to decide as well who you're going to be accountable to. So I would pick one person on this call, one person in the same line of business that knows you, and I would say, hey, I'm going to be accountable to you. Here's my goal. Like through this talk Pierce gave, here's the goal that I wrote down by December 31st, 2025. Here's where I want to be at. And I need your help to hold me accountable. I need your help. I need you to help check in on me. And I want to do the same for you. Like it's too serious for us to not take it seriously. Like we have such a great opportunity making a living in insurance, serving people wherever we want to in the world. It's too great of an opportunity to pass up. And too many people have succeeded for us not to. Like us not succeeding is us just being victims. And just because we're not succeeding yet doesn't mean that that's us. We just haven't learned enough. We haven't put in the reps. Okay. So that's it. Decide who you want to be accountable to. Let me recap. Number one, decide your output. Then you need to figure out the inputs required. Number two, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. Like be serious about your sleep. Be serious about your nutrition. Treat yourself like a business athlete. Number three, redecide who you want to be every single day, especially when hardship hits. And then number four, decide who you're going to be accountable to. Guys, thank you so much. I went way over, but I'm so grateful for you. And I hope this just helped you. I hope you're able to take one thing from this, because if we just make little improvements every single day, we're going to be unrecognizable by the end of the year. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scott.
Pierce, that was so amazing. First and foremost, you should see our leadership chat right now. Everyone's like, let this boy cook. We're not going to breakouts today. Man, I love you so much. It's 9:35, so if you need to hop, you can hop. We're not gonna go to breakout rooms today. Y'all got the smoke for today. Y'all got the blueprint for staying consistent. Let's go have a great day. Let's go show up. You got to decide what you want your output today to be, and you got to decide who you want to be, and your actions should follow exactly who you want to be. Pierce, love you, man. Today was incredible. I'm going to send you the recording so you can read all these comments, okay?
Let's go. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, let's get it. See you guys on the Be a Better Builder call here coming up here soon.